Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to beautiful sunny Cologne. Of course, we are here at Gamescom for the ESL One Battlefield 4 Summer 2015 Finals. We're into Group B, so we've already had most of our games today, and if you've missed out on them, I highly recommend you check out the vaults when they go up, because they were fantastic. But now, as we have a look at our bracket, we can see that we're making our way now through Group B in our second match of this one. It's going to be PENTA Sports going up against Leisure. Two teams that have had team renames this season. PENTA starting out as Maximum and Leisure starting out as Team Nabab. These two should be familiar with each other. They played through the cups together. You should have a bit of an idea of what they're getting used to. On my right side here on the stage, we do have Team Leisure. For them, it's been an interesting season. No huge, overly impressive results to note. They made their way through the qualifiers and actually got a great upset against Be Genius in that game to make it here. So, yeah, definitely will deserve the spot here at this tournament. You can see the lineup there for you there, ladies and gentlemen. These guys definitely out for blood, and this is the thing about LAN. You can always turn things on their head and take your opponent by surprise. That's exactly what they aim to do. Might be that team that's been running under the radar for the entire season, that dark horse that maybe some of us hoped Exile 5 would be, but it was not to be. On our left side of the stage now, we do have, of course, none other than PENTA Sports. We'll duck over and see them in a second. They started out as Maximum, and actually with a very, very strong performance, and the way they started off the format was excellent. These guys adapted the use of smokes earlier than even Fnatic did, and really had a good understanding of the way it worked. Of course, they have Yros, Lex, QCK, Nold, and Cammy. We've seen plenty of those if you watched any of the online stage. These guys, strong performances, and especially through their qualifiers, they breezed through fairly comfortably. But it's time to see if they have what it takes when it comes to the LAN stage. Without further ado, it's time for me to pass over to our commentators who will take us through even to the end of today's matches. It's going to be, of course, the lovely pairing of Brett FX and Milos the Medic, boys. Let's put this one under the microscope.
There we go. Welcome back, everybody, to the casting desk. Of course, myself, Milos, and Brett FX here. He's now pretty happy. We're dancing a bit before starting the game. It was pretty funny. Thank God it's not on cam.
I forgot my microscope, so I'm going to have to disappoint him there.
Oh.
Yeah, no microscope.
Oh, well, but we're not really looking at microbes here. It's two pretty darn cool teams. It's PENTA, finally able to play. A lot of talk around the team. The old Maximum Pro guys, as Jason has been saying over and over and over, these guys are extremely good, and they spent the last, I guess, 3 or 4 days over at Take TV Studios in Krefeld, and they boot camped quite a bit. That was extreme tryharding from these guys. They scrimmed against Exile 5, against Infamous, against Epsilon, every single team, and they're ready to go. And they're facing Leisure, mixed team. You know, you think they can do anything against the giants now of PENTA?
Well, you know what? Just to change things up a bit, I think Leisure's going to go ahead and take this one.
Okay.
I couldn't say that with a straight face, sorry. No. You know, nothing against Leisure, but they're just not there. I mean, this is PENTA we're talking about. PENTA is a team that has been able to challenge a lot of the top, 1 and 2 tier teams. In Go 4 Cups, they've taken a couple of them. They've taken Fnatic right down to the wire, as well as, Epsilon. They've been able to beat Epsilon, though, we've seen in the past. So, I mean, this is not going to be, I think, too difficult for PENTA. I think like maybe we can see a couple of bombs going down here for Leisure. I'm sorry, but honestly, I think for the most part, PENTA is going to be able to have this in the bag. They looked really good against Infamous, and if I was to stack Infamous versus Leisure, I would pick Infamous still. So going with that, I think that I'm in the same boat as what I was with. I would have to say Exile against Fnatic. Sorry, but I don't really think there's going to be much there for you to really grab a hold of. But on the flip side of that, I hope that they have some good showings here, because a lot of these players, they've been around the community for a while. They've been playing for a while. So it's really nice to see them, coming here and playing, being able to make it out. We'll see if they have any kind of a showing at all. So, honestly, they have nothing to lose here this weekend. I mean,
to be honest,
they have every single, chance. They have, they are the underdogs. So, let's see something from them.
Yeah, they really are the underdogs of the group. Dexterity, Infamous, PENTA. That's very difficult to go, try to actually squeeze out a win. However, PENTA don't have a lot of experience outside of Wyros, who's right on your right of the screen here. Wyros played before, I guess a year ago with Exertus, and that's pretty much it when it comes to actual LAN experience. We'll see. We'll see. If everybody's been saying, if Penta choke, it's done, and if they play correctly like they're used to online, then these guys, you know, they're extremely good. It's not gonna be the I don't know, the MHSV of this season, if you will.
Yeah, I really don't see them. I really don't see them messing up that bad that they have to actually do something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, here we are going to be starting it out here on Paracel Storm for our very first map of the day. And this is a map that we've seen quite a bit of, so definitely expect to see some rockets usage. We do see a big back rage coming out right now for Leisure, coming out 2-man back rage, which is something that we hadn't seen in a while yet. But Penta is going all for the bomb, and I really like this play right now. We see Wyros starting to push on in right now onto basketball court. We'll be able to grab the bomb, going ahead and pushing on to that alpha side. And this is extremely, extremely aggressive here against this Leisure team. And honestly, I think that this is not going to be a very good story here to tell with Leisure if they're not going to be able to predict kind of these movements from Penta.
There they go. The bomb is going to get planted here. Wyros coming in. One will fall. It's going to be Frozen. And I'm not too sure why Frozen and Lennox are still so far behind. If Felix can do this, no, he's going to get dropped. And I love the positioning from Lex. If he pushes up, he can just deny any sort of retake. And there you go. They're going to get squad wiped. What an easy push. Penta have done this before, even versus Epsilon. This is not even barely a minute. They're already up. They already have the bomb planted. And I don't see how Leisure can take it back. 2 players went all the way onto the buildings on C, and they just lost it. That's 2 players extremely important to get onto the site itself. Lexi's still set behind. And this is gonna be pretty much it for this first bomb. That's catching everybody off guard.
Well, I mean, that right there was just kind of an unlucky draw. But then again, you know, damage control would have been basically the fact that they would have told their teammates, hey, you know what? There's a really big push coming in for the bomb right now. Going ahead and getting those 2 players that they did send over there to the east side of the map to go ahead and just make a beeline towards Alpha, because you know if a team's going in for the bomb right from the start, he's going to go for A. I mean, that's all there is to it. They're going to go for A right from the start. And the fact that they didn't predict that, or I don't know if predict it is the right word for it, but the fact that they didn't react to it in kind really does show kind of maybe the inexperience or the lack of work they've put into it thus far.
I'm not too sure if I really want to describe it as lack of work, because I know these people have been playing for a lot, especially as a team. Even in the previous seasons, here finally able to make something happen after the old rave to actually, what was it? It was the old not Axiom. I always used to call them Axioms. Just a waste of time at this point. And Felix sitting right behind the Rockets there, or the Husks. A couple of them are going to die. Lennox is going to get pushed by the back. Wyros, but that's just one massive explosion. Wyros has the opening that he needs, but it's already a clear. They're all going to respawn. All the Leisure players are going to respawn and stay by Charlie, but now Wyros is trying to stabilize on B. B is such a difficult site to plant, but when you have it, it's much, much easier to defend. And there you go. Wyros 1, Wyros 2 to take Frozen down as well. And this is running perfectly. He's going to pick up the bomb as well. Kamiko not looking behind, is going to get taken down now. Momo and Lennox are going to try to go for this one as Wyros through the thick of the smoke, getting control of the site. And this is what I love about Penta, just using those smokes to such a perfect extent, and they take everybody off guard.
Well, I mean, they're one of the few teams that actually uses smoke. It's really, really good to see them using it as effectively as they are. But yeah, with them getting onto that Bravo side, it's going to be very difficult for Leisure really to push back. They have gotten the defuse here, but if you take a look at it right now, we have 2 players already in the back for Penta. We do have Quick as well as Nold pushed up fairly far over here onto Bravo. You know, if they get a really nice little 2-piece here, it's going to really, really hurt them in the long run. So, you know, right now, this is looking fairly decent, I would have to say, for Penta. Yeah, they would have liked to have shut it off, obviously shut down the game really, really early on, but they're still firmly in control of this match right now. You see Wyros picking up another kill right there, which I have to say, Wyros is looking fairly decent so far. He's 8-3, and he's definitely been putting up the numbers on the board.
Yeah, Alexi as well with the awesome team play. Now the bomb is in a pretty open site. Kamikaze can poke up whenever he wants to and take down the players going for it. Johannes and Momo are going to try and challenge. There we go, taking control. Felix running through the building. So Kamikaze is just going to fall back for a bit. Nold in the sniper's nest here, not going to find anyone just yet, just trying to get some information. And I think Leisure are going to try to go for that B bomb set, but one will get taken down by Quick as he turns around, grabs a second. Can he grab the third? Yes, he can. Triple kill for Quick. He's going to fall, but that's Johannes down. Failing last player alive, and it's the squad IP. Well done.
Yeah, really good squad wipe right there. And now that they already have Wyros pushed up fairly far over here onto Charlie, they have kind of their pick of which bomb site do they want to go to. C-site is actually a little bit easier to defend, to get to the point to defend, whereas Bravo, you really have to have players already up there, which they do have at least one player. Quick is going to be setting up, and he does get the frag there, so we might see a transition coming in just a few seconds, but it's really going to come down to Lenox, I think, to make some kind of a play. He's right behind that C-site at the moment, and he does finally get
Johannes gets the knife, though. Oh, even in an official match, he's going to get the knife on a Kamikaze. And that's, you know, a bit to play with the morale, if you will, from Penta. Not going to affect him too much. Turns around, gets the frag here quick. Spots last two, another one onto him. And he will fall eventually as the push comes up from Lennox. And Leisure are trying so desperately to claw their way back as Lexi is still watching the sides. He's playing the drunks game here, just waiting around. You know, can he
well, this kind of makes me wonder, you know, was that initial, you know, strat that came out, was it just because Leisure was surprised, or was it because Penta is really good? Because at this moment, Penta should have been able to close this game down at least twice right now, and they just haven't been able to. They haven't been able to get that bomb planted down. They haven't been able to get control, you know, with the frags coming in. So, you know, it makes me kind of think that was a little bit, not necessarily a fluke, but it just kind of caught him off guard, and that's the reason why. And, you know, if Penta's going to have to rely on those kinds of strats right there, you know, Leisure might be able to come back here fairly soon, but we are going to be seeing 3 minutes and 41 seconds on the clock, and now Leisure is actually in solo house doing some work.
And nicely done from Nold coming in to restabilize, gets the revive on Alexi, and they're going to keep it rolling as Leisure's Johannes and Momo are established on the side. And this is the biggest issue with taking A off the start of the game, is that it's sometimes too difficult to get to B and C just because it's easier for the US team to get there. Frozen spots one out. That's the bomb carrier. Gets a single bullet down onto him. He's trying to squirm around. He's spotted by a box. The first kill comes up from Felix. Quickly traded out by Quick. And he's still sitting behind. Wyros has to go for the frag here. So low on health to try and play against Frozen. And that open position will make him fall as well as Quick. Well done, that teamwork from the Leisure player, but Nold from behind takes a 1 and the second. Now, if he can get that revive or at least grab the bomb. Now he's not going to go for the revive, actually. He's just going to wait for his teammates to spawn back onto him. And Felix is coming in from the side, catching him off guard, jumping around. Oh my God, this is pure French tactics. But finally, Nold will be set to the ground. But Penta just keeping the aggression.
That's what I'm talking about, though. I mean, they had an advantage there onto that Bravo side. They should have been able to push up a lot easier than that. They're kind of going back to their more defensive style roots. I mean, they had 2 guys that were all the way in the backfield instead of pushing up onto the bomb. And, you know, in that situation right there, you should definitely get a lot more aggressive. I mean, the fact that they haven't closed this out yet, it does have me a little bit worried. I mean, yeah, they're going to be able to stall this out, but, you know, if Leisure gets a couple of good, like maybe 1 or 2, you know, squad wipes back to back, then all of a sudden that's a bomb plant going down and a tie game. So, you know, Penta needs to start stepping it up a little bit. They need to start getting a little bit more aggressive and kind of just, you know, put away the game.
Yeah, they're starting to lose momentum, and now it's Leisure on the other side trying to push up onto it here. Lennox sitting by the building. Spot 1 by B-Dom, but will get taken down, and Johannes and Momo still setting up. Really need to regain control here. Gets the headshot on the Lexi. That's a confirmed kill. Now 2 players left for Penta as they're facing off the 3 from Leisure. Trying to lurk in these buildings, and now the buildings are playing actually in the opposite direction. Usually you would see the Chinese players or Chinese side players lurking in them. They can really help. It can really help, you know, offering some cover. Johannes gonna get shot down though. You know, at this point, do you think that Penta need to pull up an engineer kit?
No, I just think that Penta needs to start getting aggressive. I mean, honestly, they're playing way too far back. You know, Leisure has been able to hang out way too long here. I mean, this is the mistakes that you make, or that the fruits of those mistakes that happen when you're not able to shut out the game when you have the bomb over there 2 times in a row. So we do see Wyroz finally with that bomb, and he's going to be making his way over here towards that Bravo side. We do see Phalanx up and alive here back behind, but I honestly don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. Might be able to get maybe 1 player or 2 off of this, but should be getting spotted out here pretty soon. Wyroz should just go ahead and go for the plant at some point, but he is going to be slowing down quite a bit here, which will give enough time for the spawns to come back in, to have that full 5 coming in here for Leisure. And now Wyroz going down once again, a missed opportunity to make something happen.
Yeah, it's just, I think that Phalanx actually staying behind, it caused a lot more havoc than it should have for the Penta side. It pulled back 3 players, 1 of them fell, and that delayed their push eventually. Now 3 seconds left on the clock, that's pretty much it. Unless they can get the plant, nope, it's done, it's over, and Penta are gonna take this 1-0. However, the biggest problem is Penta did not capitalize on the positions that they had multiple times during the game. So I don't know what's going on with them.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think that you know, except for that just shock and awe strat that they had right at the very beginning, I mean, Leisure was sticking with them, gun for gun there for a while. Penta just really couldn't convert on anything. They were making some fairly decent plays there, but they were way out of position. I mean, yeah, you got a triple kill, but the bomb's already reset, or they're nowhere near a bomb site or whatever it may be. But I would like to see them getting, like I said, a little bit more aggressive with it. Get onto that B site, get that plant going down. Don't be afraid of it. You don't have to have all 5 of your guys in to make your way up there. So this next particular round here, Leisure has an opportunity to come back now. It's 1 bomb. I mean, that's it. So, if Leisure is able to prevent in the early game some kind of crazy tactic that might come out from Penta, and they're able to kind of stabilize right there at the start, then I see absolutely, no reason why we don't see at least 1 bomb going down for Leisure to possibly tie it up.
Yep. However, our second map is going to be Dawnbreaker, and that is a pretty darn huge map for Penta. I mean, their opening strats, or every single strat they have has pretty much worked so far, and that's going to be a definite advantage for them. So even if Leisure are able to pick this one up, I'm not really sure they can do much on Dawn, and Siege is a pretty equal map, at least a bit to the side of Penta. They do have that more experience playing together. No, Paracel, 1 bomb, as you were saying, it's not impossible, definitely not. But I don't want to see it devolve like it did with Dexterity and Infamous, where Dexterity just got 1, and then that's it. They just kept rolling and rolling, and they couldn't stop them. Will the Penta train keep rolling, or will Leisure just stop them right there?
Well, like I said, I mean, if they can stop them right here in the first 2 minutes of the map without getting any plants down at all, then there's an opportunity for them to kind of level it out and just basically play like they did before. They were able to go gun for gun. Yeah, the bomb did spend a lot of time on their side of the map, but Penta wasn't able to convert on it, and I feel like that might happen again. I mean, if Penta gets a bomb early on, obviously it's probably going to be alpha, just because the others are just so hard to get to. So, it's really going to come down to what Leisure is going to do here in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, let's see. If Leisure can gain control. Now, usually on Parasol, of course, we see that split. Last time we saw Leisure actually going for a 2-man push off the side here. Phalanx coming down as well. He's going to get shot down by Wyroz, actually using the AUG A3. Pretty much, it's an odd... The AUG is odd. That's what I want to say. I've never really seen it being played in such an environment. Lexi is going to be switching sides. Wyroz will fall by that side. Frozen still watching the basketball court, as well as Momo and Lennox. And just scoping out, trying to get those early frags to do something with them. Of course, on that US side, going with Noel with the engineer kit, extremely important to break down the buildings. But there we go. Wyroz and Lexi are going to make it happen. They're going to break down that left flank for Team Leisure, and trying to make it up bit by bit.
We do have that flank coming back in. Wyroz is going to try and get a couple of frags here. We'll be able to pick up at least 1. With the spawns coming in as well, that's going to open it up quite a bit. And if they can get in control here of Solo House, this is going to be a big win for Penta. It's almost a guaranteed plant not necessarily a bomb, but it's definitely a guaranteed plant, as we do see Momo really going big there, taking down Wyros. That was a huge kill. Lexi is going to be setting up for the defense there onto that Charlie flag, but at the same time, we do see Phalanx kind of pulling back. So right now, we're going to be seeing a fairly decent fight there onto Solo House with the bomb carrier, and Penta is going to try and make some kind of play here pretty soon.
There he goes. The bomb's going to get dropped in the middle as the players from Leisure try to restabilize, and that is going to be in the hands of Momo and Lennox. And I really like Lexi's position here, set up behind all 3 players and the bomb carrier as well. And he should not open fire just yet, trying to make a move, but he should not be taking too long. Wyros is sitting right outside of that A bomb site, jumps on in, takes down one. Lennox, well, he's going to get denied, but the bomb will go down. Momo coming up from behind them, might be able to catch off 1 or 2, but I think this bomb is going to get defused. There we go. They spot him out, so no problem there. The bomb is dropped and is back in the hands of Penta.
Yeah, that was a good move there from Momo. He's going to get shot down anyways, but he is going to be able to slow down. Ooh, nice pickup there. That's Noel getting a nice 2-piece.
With the AKU.
But, yeah, I mean, really, you know, Leisure doesn't want to get too crazy here with these, like, one-man pushes. So, yeah, pushing as a team is definitely going to be more in their favor. They do get the bomb. They're going to be switching it all the way over to the other side of the map. So I really like this play here from them. We'll see if they're going to be able to convert there onto that C site or not. That is probably the second most popular bomb site to go to when you are on the Chinese side of the map. But we do see already Penta starting to flush out towards that direction. We have Wyros picking up onto beach side. Nold is also going to be set up just right outside of a basketball court. So fairly decent spread here for this defense. And, you know, smokes are really going to be helpful here for Leisure. We'll see if they're going to be able to get some down and get that push going. But they have given Penta a lot of time to set up.
Yeah. Look at the concave here. This is, if they can collapse here on Lennox and Johannes, this is pretty much it. But Momo, he's spotted, so they know exactly where he's at. As he was tagged down to 40, trying to get back up. Felix will land 1 shot. Momo still making his way on the side. Nold spraying down, takes Felix out. Now he spots the second. And Momo is trying to come up from behind. The spawns from Leisure are played pretty well, but look at Johannes. He's coming in behind the rock. Spots out 1, takes down the second as well. And this is just gone from bad to worse from Penta, as Kamiker is the last man left in the squad.
And he is going to be able to get a couple of those spawns coming down on him. And we'll see how well the defense is. You know, that's something that we talked about earlier on today. Is it's not necessarily if you can get a plant, it's can you defend it? A lot of teams can get the plant going down, but can you hold it for 45 seconds? That's going to be the case here, as we will be seeing Johannes being able to take down Wyros. Nice pickup there from Spawn. Really good play right here. If Lennox comes out on top, and he does, that is huge right there. We do have Camera able to take down at least one. That was going to be Phalanx. But with 4 players up and alive, they are really going to have to fumble here to lose this particular bomb site, as you do see Penta now starting to push in from that B side. We do see big spawns. Wow, big spawns coming over here on the east side of the map. But it's a 2-on-2, and I think they have been able to clean that up for the most part, and the bomb is going to explode. So now we are tied up 1-1. This is what I was talking about before. You know, Penta needed to shut that last game down. They needed to get that second bomb site, because it is not out of the realm of possibility for Leisure to come back. I mean, they gave them so much leeway, and they are not able to convert.
Yeah, this is starting to get pretty darn dicey for Penta. Remember, a second bomb plant and successful destroy for Leisure, and they will take this first map and go up 1-0. And you don't want to go into the second map here with, well, actually, in the second map with 1 point down. The second is better for Dawnbreakers, quite a bit better for Penta. However, you want to secure it. You want to get the double win here. Kamiker is going to trade out against Johannes, but Felix is going to go for the revive. But one falling quick to Momo. And Momo's just going to turn around. He hears the one player trying to get some shots back onto it. No, he's going to get taken down. Wyros pushing in very aggressively, but aggression is not always the answer. Kamiker pushed all the way back, and that A bomb site is open. We've seen so many times the site so easy to grab, and it's a very good decision for Leisure actually going for that Charlie side. However, B is going to get planted. They're going to opt for the middle push, and now Penta are going to have a distinct advantage going into this defense. Double spray from Wyros. Well, that is a complete squad wipe for the Chinese side here on Leisure, and Diffuse going to be coming in. And now Penta, they have the upper hand. The ball is in their court, but what do they have to do to get this game back?
Well, they got about 4 minutes left right now. They're probably going to be going in for Bravo, I'd imagine. They have a lot more cover there in the buildings. They know that there's going to be big spawns coming over here onto Alpha, so that's probably not going to be a good spot to actually push in. But, you know, the really big problem that we're seeing from PENTA right now is they're just not able to get some good, solid squad wipes going on. If they're able to get a nice little wipe here, and in the next probably like 20 seconds or so, then they should be all right. But they really, really need to get this bomb down. They don't want to chance it into overtime, which would be the first overtime of the day. So this is, oh, nice pickup there. Leisure actually going to be able to take down 2, setting up inside the top buildings. But yeah, PENTA right now, they're just kind of sitting around allowing Leisure to surround them. And there's not really a whole lot of places that they can kind of go for safety in this situation.
Yeah, but this is the biggest problem here for PENTA. You're playing, play aggressive for the push, but then when you're actually there, you're not able to capitalize, and that's not good. You play too passive when you're supposed to be aggressive, and there's no reason now for really Leisure to push up too aggressively. There's Frozen all on his own, and this might be a mistake as well. I mean, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. If just PENTA take one bomb site, that's it. They take it. They can just play it for time at the end. Now Lexi gets the bomb pickup, and only Momo is left alive. They're just going to charge for this A bomb site by the trenches, as Lennox is respawning back at base. Got a friend as well to help him, but do they have it in them to try and we'll get this back into play? Nade comes in, force him out of position. Lexi will, however, get the bomb plant, going for the defuse, actually. Wow, I've never actually seen this, but the push comes up through. Wider's going to get the one, the diffuser there, as Felix, so low in health, trying to survive. Lobs a nade to try and really go for that defuse, but Nade's coming in as well on top of him. All the players from Leisure are stuck there, and a single RPG might be just what they need. Kamiker, on his own now, as Wyros and Nold respawn back onto him. The bomb is dropped. It's back in the hands of Leisure. And I don't know, with 1 minute and 44, if PENTA can stabilize here, they might be able to take it, but it's just looking neck and neck at this point.
I think they could have pushed that a little bit harder than what they ended up doing. I mean, they had 2 guys sitting over inside Bravo buildings. I think if they just had 1 guy there and they tried to set one over on the beach side instead of another one or 2 players up in the inside Bravo buildings, it would have been a lot better there for them. But yeah, Leisure, really good job there with the retake. We'll be able to get the bomb back in their favor. Whether they go for another plant or not, I don't know. They have 1 minute 15 seconds. In my opinion, I think they should just go for it. Honestly, you don't want to go into overtime. It's already been very close matches anyways. If you can go ahead and close it out, close it out. Yeah, they might lose the bomb, but
with the amount of time, there's really not enough time to go for
it would be close. But I mean, if you look at it right now, I mean, Frozen has the bomb right now. He's heading on over towards that alpha site. Lex is the only one to try and stop this. He will be able to pick up at least one. The bomb carrier is right below him. He's going to be able to spot him out here pretty soon on his mini map, and there it is. He has been able to see it. Spawns are going to be coming in, as you do see PENTA just massing over here onto trenches. Nice pickup there from Lex, getting the 2-piece, as we will be seeing the bomb now starting to shift back on over. 34 seconds left on the clock. We do have a little bit of a back rage there from Phalanx, as well as Johannes coming up from main spawn. And the spawns should favor Leisure, I think, right here, as if they can get enough nades down over there on the seaside, they will be able to prevent it. And the back rage from Phalanx.
Yeah, no, Kamiker set all on his own. He's going to try to use the smokes as well with his bomb plant buddy. 10 seconds left on the clock, and I don't think they should have both gone for this. Quick, he's got so little time.
It's going to be so close. Nope, they don't make it. That's going to be game.
He had the chance, though. He had the chance, but he turned around, even though he had a teammate to try and help him out. But you have to gun it this one. Just try. And it ended up in, well, Leisure tying it up 1-1, and we are going to be heading back into Paracel Storm for overtime, our first overtime of the tournament, actually, here at the ESL One Global Finals for Battlefield 4 in Gamescom Cologne. And now it's a quick fire round, 5 minutes on each one of the 2 halves, and well, the quickest bomb plant and successful destroy will net you the game. And we've seen PENTA pull off fantastic pushes, just like we saw on our first round. Our first half, it's 1 minute and 35 seconds, 1 minute and 26 before, I think, was the record. They have it in them to do it, but they need to go for the focus. What do you think, they can really play better? Because we saw a lot of mistakes from both teams in situations like this.
Well, honestly, right there, I mean, if you look at the kills just at the moment on the screen, 4 and 11 right there for Phalanx and 4 and 14 for Frozen. If those guys were able to, pick up 5 more kills each, then we would have seen a completely different game. So if those guys can start waking up a little bit, you know, get into the game a little bit more, start pulling a little bit more of their weight, then we should be seeing Leisure really heating up here against PENTA, which is very surprising for me. I really didn't think PENTA was going to have this much trouble here against this particular team. Now, what do we need to be seeing out of Leisure here? I think that Leisure needs to be careful of any kind of crazy, ridiculous pushes that we might be seeing from PENTA. If you remember, PENTA on this very side right now, they were able to get that 1:38, I believe it was, plant going down, and you know that they're on the same side. They went for a 5-man push there towards that alpha flag right from the start, and they were able to not only overwhelm but also outposition the Leisure team. Now, Leisure, what they have to do, on the other hand, I think they have to kind of sit back maybe for the first 30 seconds, figure out what's going on, and then react accordingly. I don't think they need to go wide. I think they need to figure out where the bulk of the people are for PENTA and then go from there.
But you try to go for the quick timing, or do you just sit back for, you know, those 10, 15 seconds and scope it out? I
wouldn't be worried about time right now if I was Leisure. Just get the bomb down, because they've shown that they've been able to stall PENTA out. You know, if they can get the bomb down this round, then they can just pretty much play for time in the next one. So whether it be 5 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever it may be, I think that would be the best move for Leisure. Now, PENTA, on the other hand, I think they just need to end it quick. They've been making way too many mistakes. And, you know, this game should have been theirs by far a long time ago. So right from the start, we are going to be seeing PENTA going out for that 5-man push there for Alpha. Instead of a 2-man back rage, it looks like Leisure has learned their lesson a little bit, and they're not going to get too awful wide. This is a fairly standard breakout that we see from the U.S. team for most games. So this is not very surprising. I would have to say it is going to be in the favor of Leisure right now, as they do see a little bit of a back rage possibly from Frozen, and the bomb is not going to be going in the favor right now. We did see a potential push there from Wyros, but I really want to focus on Frozen here because he could go huge.
Yeah, he's trying to sit up behind him, moving through mid, but that parachute pull is going to notify Kamaker. Of course, here's him coming up behind Frozen, sitting by the buildings, and he can spot them out if he wants. He's going to get an extra spawn, actually, but the bomb is dropped.
He's waiting too long to make a play right now. Frozen's actually going to go in front of Cayman right now, as well as Wyros. And he was in such a good position there, and he was able to make nothing of it, though. We are going to be seeing Leisure picking up the bomb here in just a few seconds. But there are no lines right now. I mean, PENTA is kind of mixed up with Leisure at the moment. Phalanx is going to go back and forth here, as he is going to be able to get the kill onto Lex. Nice play there, but he does
should not have happened, to be honest, that kill. He had 2 players behind him to try and help, and Lexi just, I don't know, maybe the teamwork is not that good, but look, most of the players from PENTA are on that left side of the map. Finally, Quick, though, takes them down, and they have the opening. They might just transition. No, the spawns come in. Felix, last player alive.
Oh, huge from Quick here. Quick is going massive. Was able to pick up at least 3 of those kills, stopping the push there for Alpha. Had it not been for him there, that would have been a completely different story. Would have been planted by now, but Leisure somehow able to get those last-second spawns in just in the nick of time, as we will be seeing him starting to push down towards that Alpha site. We do see PENTA with 2 players already there onto that A side of the map. They are going to be switching out towards that beach side of the as well. We do see Quick here, and well, he was going to go for the head glitch, but no, he decides to go ahead and push on up. But this is going to be really interesting to see from Leisure, because they do have really all the opportunity.
Yeah, nicely done there. It's a squad wipe, and what a time it is. PENTA, with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock, they're going to charge in through and go for C. Once you have C planted, it's much easier to defend than the other sides of the map. And, well, they're going to set up with the plant.
He missed the plant. He actually moved right before it went down. So a huge mistake right there from PENTA. Now it might actually come back to bite him, as we do see Leisure everywhere on the map right there next to the bomb. They will be able to clear out everything on the east side of the map. Nold is going to be coming in possibly for a slight little back rage, but I think Phalanx will be able to take him down before too long. Yeah, really good push so far from Leisure to retake that. A little bit of a mistake there for PENTA, but that's what we were talking about before. PENTA making these small mistakes, adding on up. It should have never happened. It should have never come to that. And now we're going to be seeing a potential plant coming in here for Leisure.
Oh, but nicely done from Quick, actually landing a couple of kills. Nold coming up from behind will take out Johannes, but a final second spawn won't save them at the end. That's going to be Lennox with the Ace-23 by Beach. And I think Wyros just wants to go for it at this point. They're getting a bit too aggressive, and this is what happens. Wyros falls, and Felix will be able to secure the kill, but nobody has the bomb just yet. It's a minute and 30 seconds left, and I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here is Felix going in for the trade. Note is going to be able to clean him up. And they have a perfect position here as Kamiker is actually going to smoke the bomb. He spots one out, takes him down, goes for the health. And those small sandwiches in the med pack, they better help him. They need all that they can as Frozen is going for the plant. Spots out Wyros, but the bomb's going to get dropped at the last second. Wyros is going to save it. And he's going to gut it all the way. He's got a minute. 2 players left behind from Leisure. This is the perfect moment for Penta. If they can't make this one happen, I don't know, what can they do? I mean, 50 seconds left on the clock. They're going to charge on in, and all the respawns coming in from Leisure. You're right. You were right before, Brett. Leisure, all they needed to do is just hold off, try and go for a bomb plant. There's no reason to play for the time, you know, for the quick advantage off the start. Just stay behind. Well,
that was a really good job there from Wyros, not going in for that Charlie or Bravo plant. Instead, went all the way over here to Alpha. We did see 2 players spawning back in. Really good play right there from Kamiker, as he is going to be able to behind 3 people, actually. We'll be able to take down at least 2 of them. That's 3 down, 4 down right now for Leisure, as we will be seeing 11 seconds left in this round. Of course, if you guys don't know, the plant does extend the timer out, so we're actually going to be seeing a 5+ minute first round overtime here. I don't really see Leisure being able to make it up into A in time to actually get that bomb down, but, you know, really, I think Leisure did exactly what they needed to do there, except for they just obviously couldn't convert on that particular bomb site. But had they pushed up any more aggressively than that, then they would have been in trouble. But yeah, really good plays over here. We do see a potential push coming in from Frozen, but not going to be making it in time. So 5 minutes and 18 seconds. Go ahead and remember that, guys, because when we do go in for our next round, that is going to be the time that they have to beat. Now, obviously, if they don't get a plant at all, we will be seeing Penta with the win. So, you know, congratulations there to Penta. We'll be able to take down that first bomb, or first map rather, going up 1-0. Now we're going to be heading on over. Or I'm sorry,
no,
my bad. Second overtime. I blame
jet lag again. Yeah.
I blame jet lag.
Whatever happened, I think with Brett, because he's got jet lag, the day he has to leave Germany, he's actually going to restabilize, and then he has to go and suffer with jet lag again when he goes back to the US.
That's probably going to happen.
Yeah, it's just
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
I'm getting way too ahead of myself. But yeah, we're going to be heading into second overtime. And the bad thing was that I just explained that we're going to be going into second overtime. And then I was like, oh, by the way, it's 1-0 Penta. I'm like, what? No, it's bad, guys. Sorry.
Brett be tripping.
I do apologize. Hopefully I'll wake up. I'm going to have to get a Red Bull here after this match. But yeah, so on our second overtime, and there, see, I'm going to blame the admin.
Yeah, I'm going to blame Payo. I would always blame Payo.
I'm going to blame Winner this time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to share the blame.
Yeah, Winner finally coming over. Our actually America's admin coming around from Brazil with the Dexterity guys. That's fantastic. Got to meet everybody, had some fun. Winner's a very cool guy. Everybody's cool here. We're all having fun.
You know, Dexterity has their own personal admin. It's Winner.
Yeah.
So they bring their own admin over.
Yeah. But, you know, with Payo, I don't really think he allows anybody to, you know, tangle around and play with the results. Pretty safe.
I didn't say they play with the results. I just said they got their own admin. They're special like that.
Oh, I mean, yeah, sure. we saw Ninixed, and that's a shot at Mitch, by the way.
Yeah, that's 9, by the way.
9XT, my friend.
You're mean.
Hey, he can call me out. It's fine.
Are you trying to like take the position of Jason here, of just being mean to people?
Yeah, you know I'm always mean. That's why you don't like me.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Somebody has to be the bad cop.
No, they don't.
Yes?
No.
Is that how it works?
No. You can go good cop in there.
Two good cops.
It works out just fine.
Too much positivity, man.
Well, you know, what you do is you just give them a whole bunch. We're not going down that road. Anyways, yeah, we're going to go ahead and go for one more restart, and we'll go ahead and get the second overtime started. Leisure is down. They lost that first one, 5 minutes and 18 seconds. Penta is probably feeling a little bit good that they finally did get that plant going down, but previously 1-1 tying it up. I have to say that Penta not looking in their best form right now. They're making a lot of really bad mistakes. Obviously, they made the one there in regulation time, or I'm sorry, in overtime, not getting that initial plant down. I think it was like at 4 minutes. It was around like 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's
4:30
something.
So you got little mistakes like that, not pushing up when you should, waiting around way too long for those spawns to come in instead of just going ahead, pressing the advantage. So, you know, Penta making some mistakes. Maybe they'll start waking up a little bit after this initial map goes down. But Leisure still has an opportunity here to take this one. And I won't say tie it. If they tied it, that would be unbelievable and awesome. But 22 seconds left before we get started. And I would imagine that, you know, I would kind of like to see a very big push coming out from Leisure just from the start. Just for the heck of it. Because even if it does fail, if they get like, you know, 2 bodies down or so. Well, if they do get 2 bodies down, as long as they have a guy setting up in the solo house or Bravo buildings, they should be able to hold it off fairly easily.
Yeah, I have to say. Now it's going to come down to Penta. Can they make it happen? I mean, if Penta push aggressively and take 1 bomb out, that's pretty much it. It's done for this first map. But we are again on the first map, and the action is heating up here on Paracel Noise Storm. So we are starting off. Wire still picking again with that AUG A3. The Austrian rifle has been doing damage. That low recoil really working out for him. Felix sitting back by those A trenches. Going to spot out one by the sniper's nest. As Johannes sitting behind with a 44 mag. It's going to miss a couple of shots. At this point, one will fall. And Quick is going to have the opportunity to pick up the bomb, but still sticking in down in mid. They're going to try to, you know, get a bit more information. You need to get those, you know, 1, 2, maybe, you know, perfectly 3 players before you push up on the site and have that advantage. Frozen trying to move in through the basketball field. Oh my God, the 44 mag. I missed those from Benny in the previous season. There you go. Frozen is going to fall. Felix is going to go for it again. Kamiker flanking a bit too wide. As, well, let's see if they can stabilize. Felix pushing in is going to get taken down from behind. Wires with the 1, Wires with the 2nd. Now it's Momo all on his own, sandwiched in between the Penta players. And he will fall, just allowing enough time for Lennox to spawn. Nope, that's going to be a squad wipe. And now control for Penta. You think they'll choke again for the push?
That was really good, I think, from Penta. They swung around there. They were able to collapse on him and get the wipe going down. So really good job on their part. I think that they should be able to get the plant here on Alpha. As you can see, 2 players did spawn there to the bottom left side, or to the west side of the map. So they're not going to be really in a great position to hold off on this. Penta, though, will be able to clean up at least 1 there onto that Alpha side of the map. Oh, there goes the 2nd body.
They have the opening.
So the plant is going to be going down here in just a few seconds. Now, really, it's going to come down once more to if they can defend against it. You know, will Leisure be able to get the retake as we do see a push now commencing?
Oh, yeah, Noel sitting by the beach. He's going to lob it and take the kill on Johannes, who's going to burn in hell for that just very, very bad push. Usually a single 44, but going with the MBT law, this is just a Hollywood movie all over again. Shots being fired. Nold will get taken down as Kamiker still sitting by the sniper's nest. This is a pretty good position, but I don't think they're going to even need it. Penta finally stabilized. And Leisure going for 1 final ditch effort before Penta take this map.
They're not going to have enough time. I mean, you see, you have a back rage right now coming in from Penta. They're going to be able to hit him from the side, but even so, they just don't have the time on it. So Penta will be able to take it. I don't think Johannes has enough time on the clock.
There you go, nicely done.
It does end up going down. So yeah, very good job there from Penta. That was something that I thought we were going to see in that first overtime round, about 2.5 minutes or so. You know, kind of there in the middle. So. Really good job there for both teams. Leisure, you know, is really starting to show up, and I think, you know, if they can keep the right mindset, then, you know, they might be able to take a I don't want to say take a map, but they should be able to do fairly decently here on Dawnbreaker. But then again,
it's Dawnbreaker.
No team really plays Dawn. I mean, we rarely see Dawn.
Well, not in EU, to be honest. You see, you know, pop up every now and then. I think Fnatic are pretty good on it, but Penta, I mean, they're Penta. They're the team that really solidified the play on Dawnbreaker. We saw them before in a full-on push. 4 players had 320 smokes. They smoked out the entire bridge and just kept moving. Like, they denied. I think they were playing against Leisure. No, it was Infamous. So even, you know, a better team than Leisure, as Jason was talking before. You know, the tiers of the teams. And when you play against those, catching them off guard and just blocking line of sight, you don't know what's going on. Where's the information? Where are the players? And I think they're going to try and pull something similar to this in this map here. Dawnbreaker definitely an advantage for Penta as well. You know, we saw only once in the previous game, I think. It was using the lower side, where you move on the, if you're spawning Chinese and you go from lower side through the US spawn and onto C. You saw that being used once. And it's actually an extremely strong side if you can use it, because Levolution is triggered. So, you know, no more sitting on the bridge, no more going there, you know, trying to get some map control, whatever. You're going to get taken down if you try to do that.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how Leisure is going to be reacting to this. Again, favorite, I think, is still Penta. I'm still going with those guys. Leisure is going to have some really good teamwork coming down here. I mean, really good communication is going to have to be there for these guys in order to get those, you know, very long-range attacks going down, because a lot of times, you know, teams are not grouped or clustered together like you do see on a lot of other maps. Even on like Paracel Storm, where you do see teams kind of, you know, spread out. It's not really that far away to link back up with your team or to stop, you know, some kind of a big push is going to be coming in from the opponents. Whereas on Dawnbreaker, if you're setting up on top of, you know, a Dawn point and they end up pushing down to the south side of the map over there on Waterside, you're not going to be able to do anything. I mean, you're pretty much just kind of walking for about the next 30 seconds or so. So, yeah, the positioning is going to be huge on this particular map right now. Communication is going to be huge on this map. And to be quite honest with you, I don't know how Leisure is on either of those two. I don't think that Paracel Storm really showcased it all that well. You did see that initial, you know, positioning there in the very beginning of round number 1, but I think that was more due to the fact that Penta just had an extremely aggressive push that you don't really see that often for that particular bomb on round number 1, no less. So, you know, really, I think that it's all up in the air right now for Leisure. I don't know what to expect from them. Penta, they are solid on this map. We've seen them play a lot on this map before for the EU Cups. They are probably the only team that consistently would pick this map. I think most other teams would either, you know, ban it or just leave it for the tiebreaker. Yep. So, yeah, I think that Penta does have the advantage here.
Yeah, look at there. Lexi, you know, level nose, looking pretty darn good here.
Well, I have to say, I mean, with it being their own map and then taking that win previously, I mean, they're feeling pretty good.
They're feeling pretty good. They're getting ready to go, and I hope you guys are ready as well as we hop into map number 2 in this best of 3, round number 1, Penta versus the boys from Leisure. Let's start it off here as Waros still rocking that AUG, but look, 4 smoke nades is spawning Grenadier, and he has 320 smoke. This is just classic Penta. They're all going to be spawning in. Look at the smokes coming out as well on the other side of the bridge, and this is just raining down smokes. I think they finally adapted the Lexi play because he is Dutch. So using the smoke, you know, smoking it, it's pretty darn good. Plays pretty well.
Well, right now we do see him spreading out quite nicely. Penta is going to be able to focus a lot of their attention there on the south side of the map there on the bridge. You do see that first frag going in there. Failing's getting taken down. Johannes is really going to have a lot of work ahead of him here, as it's going to be a 1-on-2 situation. We'll be able to take down 1. Really nice play there. So if he can open up this water side of the map, it's going to be a huge win for Leisure. But at the moment, it's going to come down to a stalemate. I mean, this is kind of classic Dawnbreaker, just, you know, coming down until we see at least, you know, maybe a 3 frags going down. Nobody's really going to move.
Yeah, though I like Nold coming in from the side, takes one out, pops an 8. Not going to be enough. Not going to go into lowers just yet. Hang out by the garage. 2 players spawn back in from Leisure, and Nold is just waiting around for the right opportunity to try and move onto their side. Quick, watching that, you know, water side of the map. It's only going to be Felix to try and contest as Wyros does take control of the bomb. Nold will be able to take that one landing fire across the map. Won't be really able to get a shot down and really connect with the rounds. And Lennox still hiding by the forest side. There you go. An extra spawn is going to be coming in. No grenades actually on the Penta player here, Nold. Actually, he does have one, gets one frag on Johannes, but he knows that there's a second. Look at the amount of smoke being lobbed. They're just trying to create some diversions as Nold is making his way, bounces the grenade, pushing up onto Lennox, and will get the frag. That is extremely important. Now Penta have complete map control.
Well, they are going to be able to get over there onto the north side. Should be able to plant A here pretty soon. It's going to really come down to the fact that Frozen and Momo need to make sure that they are not going to allow who is this Wyros to be able to run across there. If you can use some rockets very effectively, hit that bomb site, you're going to be able to get a couple of kills. I don't really know why he's shooting it now, but you know, that is really going to be a key position here where Frozen and Johannes are at the moment to prevent anything coming in onto that A site. Now, still going to be seeing Penta playing very passively here on the north side of the map, but Johannes might actually be going in for a back rage. He's going to be making his way up through the staircase here, and if he can clear this out, this is going to be a huge help to his teammates, and he is going to be able to start it out. Not able to get the frags, though. Will end up getting taken down.
I don't know how Noel didn't turn for that after the information came in, but that's 3 players down for Penta, 4 players down. Now Lexi's the last man in the squad. I don't know how, but Johannes just pulled it off. That push on the side completely broke down the Penta players. Lexi just trying to play until his teammates respawn, and now it's momentum in the hands of Team Leisure as they push up and might actually go for that A bomb site. What we saw before is a single player going into office and 1 player sitting by you know, top of A, and you know, just going for the plant. You have the control, pulling the smokes, and you got it there. But Kamikir and that's going to be Nold as well, going into the domination area. I'm trying to see what they can do as Kami is already being spotted across the map, and they're just going to ferry that bomb across the map on a Charlie. The control, though, from Lex might just be exactly what they require.
Yeah, I like this push coming down here to that C site instead of going in for A. A is a little bit more difficult to weed them out of those buildings. So if they can get this push over here on the Charlie fast enough, it should be a little bit easier on them on getting the defense there as well. But we do see Phalanx kind of having a little bit of issues of coming in. We do see a smoke going down. There's the push coming out, and he leaves it at the wrong time. That's that timing for you. But
he's the last man in the squad.
Yeah,
he gets 1, 2.
Up. As we do see a nice little frag there, but unfortunately not enough. Big push coming out for Penta right now, as they might be able to clean this up. You see Quick coming in from the backside, and yeah, that is going to be cleaning it up here in just a few seconds.
He's still
Johannes
in the
still
smoke.
alive, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get enough spawns in here. He has managed to stay alive for now. Wow, with him being able to do that, that is just amazing.
That's actually working too well. Oh, Lennox, if he could have pushed up, that would have been fantastic for them. Though Wyros going 1, going 2. Just Wyros is going huge right now. The team captain is putting the team on his back. As you can see, 7-3, top frag in the game and top score. Oh, he's making us see why he is the team captain. Lexi trying to go for that 44 Magnum shots at range. Going to spot 2, 3 players actually spawning in and C. They might just want to rotate the bomb around onto A. It's, you know, it might just turn again into a stalemate. And to be honest, I don't really want to see that.
I don't know. It depends on how everything goes over here on the north side of the map. We do see Nold able to come out on top there with the frag. So it's down to only 3 players alive for Leisure. Now it's down to 2. We do see Phalanx and Johannes, the only ones up in a position to do anything. There's some more spawns coming back in, but you know, Penta again, they're just a little bit too slow, I think, on the pushes with that bomb. They could have put a lot more pressure over here onto Alpha, I think, as with Wyros sitting there onto C. If you guys don't know, I do want to mention this. While the bomb is not in 3D spot, it is on your minimap, and it doesn't always show up on your minimap. It has a 20-second blip. Or no, I'm sorry, an 8-second blip. So there is time for, you know, Wyros to kind of juke him out, but when he stays in that same spot the whole entire time, as you can see, it allowed every one of those players to spawn back in and to hold it defensively. Now, Kamer has managed to come in from behind, only able to pick up at least one of those kills.
That might just be exactly what they need. Wyros has a couple of smokes, and he's going to be putting them down on C as they push up. This is the push that we wanted to see from Penta so far ago, and now Phalanx is going to try to move around to retain control of the bomb set here. Wyros moving around, gets the spot. That's 1, sprays for the second. Won't be able to get that shot as Johannes so low in health. Will get taken down from behind. Well done. That's a squad wipe and allowing Leisure, although just a bit of time to respawn. And now Charlie, such a difficult site to retake, as you do have Wyros here showing us a perfect example of where to hold. This position extremely difficult to weed out, especially when you can chuck, you know, a couple of smokes, clean them up, and this smoke is going to deny visibility for Leisure. They're going to be pushing in completely blind. As their squad leader pushing up here, Momo is going to get taken down. Double kill comes up. well, they're going to have... No, Lexi. Oh, my God. Lexi sitting right behind the pillar. All he needs is the information. Goes in for the spray, takes out the bomb diffuser, and he backs off. The bomb, so little time, spots the second, takes him out as well. Felix, last player alive, and that is going to be it on Charlie. Well done, Penta, with 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Perfect execution and defense on C. And it seems like Penta are playing pretty well.
That was the play of the game right there, Lexi right there. You didn't really see it, but he actually hid the entire time, let 3 guys walk past him instead of firing at him. He just went ahead and jumped around the corner and waited for them to go for the defuse. So Lexi really proven his worth on this team. Very, very good job, and we'll see if they're going to be able to make this a 2-0. 7 minutes and 29 seconds is when that bomb did go down. We have 2 minutes left here in this very first round, and you know, if we do see those frags starting to roll in the way of Penta, I mean, they do have some really good forward positions coming down here with Kamer able to take down one sitting up on the north side. So if they can actually pick up Johannes as well, they might go in for this A site.
Yeah, Johannes coming up from behind. Nicely done. Takes out Kamaker. Getting the final second revive there, but Nold, if he can just gun it and gain control of that alpha bomb side. There we go. He has the cover and shot to the side. No, the bomb's going to get dropped. This is quick. A bit too slow. Trying to spray around. 1 minute 20 seconds with the position that Penta is in. Not impossible, actually, to push Johannes all on his own. Momo and Felix are going to try and go for the back right here as quick. This is going to spot at least one of them out.
And we need to be seeing smokes. We need to be seeing a lot of smokes going down. Nold is going to be coming back up here to try and push over here on the north hill.
Go for the bomb now.
Will be Frozen and Johannes that are up there right now. Lex is going to be coming back in with that bomb, see if he can get that plant. But no, he decides to go ahead and back on out. 57 seconds left on the clock. Not really a whole lot of time to transition over onto that Bravo side, but as you can see, Phalanx and Lennox both getting in really good position to stop any kind of plant on the Alpha side. So we do need to be seeing those smokes going down. We do need to be seeing something happening here pretty soon. But Wyros coming around the backside might open it up as we do see a 2-man push coming back in right now. Wyros able to take down Phalanx, make it a third, not quite, as Quick will be able to finish that out. Might actually go in for the spawn. There's the plant coming in onto the Alpha side, and this could be a 2-0 for this first round. An
extremely valuable lead for Penta. Lennox and Momo will fall. Johannes will spawn back in as Frozen is set right behind. Nold wants to go for the kill here. He knows that there's a couple players sitting right behind the cement blocks there. One guy getting taken down. Frozen with the ACWR solo and health pulls out the MBT law, but will get taken down. Well done. Penta pretty much have secured the round, and that was extremely well played. 45 seconds left on the clock. You have the time to go for the plant. You just need the correct time. And Lexi, he played it very well in the defense on the first set on C, played it very well with the plan in the second, waiting out, playing the patience game. Now Penta are up 2-0 in the first half, and they're looking pretty darn happy with it. Second half coming up in just a second. Well, if you look at the frags really quickly here, Wyros 14-5. 7-4 for Lexi. It's not a lot, but Lexi got the kills that mattered and got the defense on C especially, and he got that bomb plant at the end. 14-9 for Quick, 10-3 for Nold, really sitting behind and trying to get those long range kills. On the other end, Momo, Frozen, and Lennox, all of them going 4-10. That tells quite a bit of a story.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, I think it tells more of a story about how Penta is not really pushing up as aggressively as they could be, because, I mean, honestly, when you got, 4 of the players on the opponent's teams, not able to break over 5, that's probably telling you how well you're doing in the frag department. Penta played that, I think, very slow, which is exactly what we expected. I think everybody pretty much thinks that Penta is going to be the slowest playing team here. Very passive. It did work out for him in that instance. I mean, they were able to pick apart Leisure there towards the end of the match. I really like the way Wyros played that. For that second bomb site, ended up coming in from behind, wiped out pretty much 3 of the players, or at the very least took the attention from 3 of those players off of Lexi, who was able to get onto that alpha site and finally get that plant going down. So yeah, a very good match right there from Penta. We'll see if Leisure's going to be able to answer back here. I really don't know if they are going to be able to really do anything, because again, they have to prevent any kind of bomb going down for Penta, as well as getting 2 of their own to take it into overtime, and I really don't see that coming out for Leisure.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult. And you saw there the face of a couple players from Team Leisure sitting back in their chairs and like, guys, we tried, but we have to try our hardest here. If we fail this one, we go down. Second half of Dawnbreaker starting up in, well, just a bit. However, we already saw Paracel going into the hands of Penta, so that's 1 point for them. And 2-0 for the first half, last second bomb plant as well. So all that Penta require, again, is just a single successful bomb plant. And that's it. They just defend that, and it's it. You go, you take it 2-0, and, well, you force the guys from Leisure to go and play versus the losers of the previous game. So,
yeah, I really don't know if Penta is going to go for a very fast push or if they're going to play it slow again. I would really like to see them going for a fast push here. Just go ahead and end it within the first 3-4 minutes or so. But I almost feel like they might just go for a very slow play because they know they got that 2-0 up. They can play for that time. If they see the opening, obviously they'll go for it. But kind of curious to see exactly how they're going to be playing this out. We do see Wyros pushing up there towards the middle of the map. Lots of smokes going down, as we stated before. And probably not going to be going in for the bomb just yet. We do have, looks like 2 players there on the south side of the map as well. For Penta, we'll be able to take down Momo. Nice little trade going down there. Quick should be getting revived here in just a few seconds. Still, Wyros not going on there. Nice pick. There's 2 players going down there towards the north. We do see Wyros in a one-on-one. Phalanx could go huge here in taking him down, but Bomb still has not been picked up by anybody. And it does look like Phalanx is going to go ahead and just try and play it safe. Just wait for those players to come back in, get a little bit better positioning, as we will be seeing him actually behind Penta right now, and nobody knows this.
There you go. Lennox is going to open it up and takes down a Quake. They know there's at least 1 player behind, but I don't think Penta really have to look behind them. Wyros here freezing for a bit. There you go. That was a bit of a stutter there. Felix, though, stuck on the bridge, gets some shots in, unable to take down Wyros. He's low on health, has to back off. And at this point, Penta don't even need to stay here or try to contest. There you go. Nate lands down on a Felix, and Frozen is left all on his own. And, well, he might be meeting his demise just a bit. 3 players pushing up from Penta. 1 will fall. Wyros, though, coming into the Dom area and offices, and this has been the bane of existence of any teams that's played against Penta. The smokes, the early push, or this play through office. Wyros jumping down, goes into the ditch and takes down Johannes. Goes for the hill back, and now it's just Nold taking 1 out. Nade in just to try and play the timing game here. Pulls out the 44, takes another as well with the ace. And, well, this is just all the players from Leisure falling apart. Another frag for Penta here. Nold just going ham. Finally will go down, but the bomb plant will happen as well. Well done. That's just a lot of delays, and Wyros was able to capitalize.
Yeah, they just don't have the positioning here right now. I mean, you have Leisure trying to push up. They're all over on the north side of the map, trying to fit their way in from this trench. But at the same time, you have Penta getting into those buildings. All 5 players are now in for Leisure at the moment. Penta, they have a really good cross shots going down right now. I like where Lexi is sitting. He's going to be able to pick off any kind of just Rambo diffuser that's might be able to come back in onto that A site. He's going to be able to spot him out right now, in fact, and should be able to get the frag on him. As, oh my God,
there you go.
That should not have taken that long, but yeah, there it is. Another potential defuse coming in, but I don't know if it's going to be in time. Johannes is going to try it right now. He is very, very close, and he can make it. It's going to be close. He does get taken down right at the last second. That was going to be quick there to save the day, and we are going to be having a 3-0 going in favor right now of Penta. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. Glad that they went for a quick one instead of just playing it for time, but we are going to be seeing that's 2-0.
Yeah, a bit of a tight first map on Parasol Storm, but now the Penta boys have taken it up 2-0. And it's looking pretty darn good. It was, I don't know, a bit weird how they played on Parasol. You were saying that Penta, one of those teams that likes to play a bit too passively, the most passive team, at least, you know, from our experiences, casting them and seeing them in play. But hey, they got the execute. It worked out fantastically. Now they're going to feel happy. They're going to be facing off the winner, actually, of... well,
they're going to be playing Dexterity here in this next match, which is it's going to be interesting to see how that play style lines up. Honestly, I think that Dexterity should be able to come away with the win. I mean, with the way Penta was playing, way too many mistakes were being made. They were not capitalizing on any kind of advantages that they did have for the most part. It was really... really bad at times. We did see a couple of times where they tried to go in for plants and they weren't getting the timings down right. They were leaving before the plant actually happened. Just small stuff like that, which is definitely going to be adding up versus Dexterity. Plus the fact that they weren't really looking so hot in terms of their frags on Parasol Storm. A lot of team fights were going into the favor of Leisure there. And PENTA was really struggling when it did turn into those. As far as like long-range battles going on with one-on-ones, they were actually looking really decent. I liked what we were seeing so far. Wyroz was looking really good throughout the entire match. Really, he was one of the most stable players that they had throughout the entire game. So I don't know. It's going to be a very hard match for PENTA against Dexterity. I just think that Dexterity right now, they have the confidence, they have the aggression on their side, and I think that they might be able to. I really don't want to say roll PENTA, but I do think that they could make it a 2-0.
Yeah, definitely. It will kind of go down to the maps themselves. I mean, Dexterity have an advantage on most of them because of how they play.
If we see a Dawnbreaker, then yeah, because Dexterity doesn't really play Dawn a whole lot. I mean, no. they have played it, and they have played it very well. But as far as the Americas, no team really plays on Dawnbreaker. That's a very rare map, as well as Hainan Resort. Very few teams actually play on Hainan Resort. So I feel like if it does go to a Dawnbreaker map, that might go into their favor, because I'm not too sure how they would play. I think if we see a Hainan, that'll definitely be Dexterity, just in the chaos of everything. I think Dexterity has a little bit better handle on how to do that. Plus, you have to look at the fact that Dexterity's been together for a year now, whereas PENTA has not. A lot of these guys, while they have played with each other, they haven't really played together as a full season together as a team. So it's going to be interesting to see how they react to Dexterity, because if they try any of this, stalling tactics, it's not really going to work, I don't think.
Not going to work at all. Dexterity, a very aggressive team when they need to be, and let's see if PENTA can take it back. Of course, the guys from Leisure are going to be going down to face off Infamous in the lower bracket of the group, and we'll see tomorrow if the winner of both teams, both sides, are going to be facing off. You can see here Dexterity versus PENTA, and then Infamous versus Leisure. That's going to be played, I believe, right now.
We should be going to the winners. We should be going for the winners match here next. It's going to be Dexterity versus PENTA, and then after that we will be seeing Infamous versus Leisure. Of course, the tiebreaker, or I'm sorry, the decider match is not going to be played till tomorrow. We'll play both of the decider matches of each of the groups, as well as the semifinals and finals coming over. But right now, I think we're going to be heading over to an interview with Mitch. So we'll see what they have to say.
Yeah, I'm here on stage. Thank you, gentlemen, for that cast. I'm here with Wyroz, of course, from PENTA. Congratulations on your win in that game. It seemed like you were tested a little bit. We saw our first overtime for the day. But I want to go back in time a little bit here. I want to talk about your team and the way that you approached a squad obliteration. You were one of the first teams to really start to develop strategies and even your use of smokes. Just tell me, why do you think you guys came out of the gates so strong this season?
Well, basically, we started as an obliteration team. We didn't like domination, so we started pretty late as a team. With obliteration, we played the first test cups. And yeah, experience pretty much. We played the most before the season even started. We knew what to focus on. So let's say we had an advantage just because we started earlier. So we had the time to get some new tactics, learn the game more, while the other teams were playing still domination.
So tell me now, of course, you've just taken down Leisure. They're moving into the lower bracket. Now, as Team Nabab during this season, I guess no one ever really saw them with massive results. They weren't super strong online. They always seemed they were there every week almost, but never really getting the big points. Did they seem like a different team to you here today, or was it very similar to how it was online?
Well, that's hard. We knew we shouldn't underestimate them, that's for sure. We had our game against them. We knew they're playing mostly aggressive if they can. They're holding lines, waiting for us, and then playing aggressive, focused on that. We knew they are not one of the top 5 teams that are really counting as top 5. So, yeah, main point was not to underestimate them. We knew they were strong, but not as strong as the top 5.
Now, as one of the top seeded teams at this tournament, you probably were expecting at some stage to have to go up against Dexterity. You had a chance to see how Infamous played against them. What do you think, in your opinion, as another European team, another European player, what went wrong for Infamous?
I don't know. It's hard to really analyze Dexterity. Just we didn't play them. Same goes for Infamous, I guess. The only experience you can make is in the goal force, but the ping difference and stuff. So you can't really analyze them. That's hard. You can watch the VODs, the streams, but it's American versus American, so you don't really understand what they are doing. So both teams have an aggressive playstyle. Maybe Infamous just didn't realize they're even more aggressive, and I don't know. It's hard to analyze a team you haven't played.
Yeah, I think that's pretty well put, actually. I think a lot of teams have had similar difficulties. Thank you very much for joining me, Pyros, and good luck with your team. Of course, we will see PENTA very, very soon in our next game. And I do like how he put it as well. Sometimes it's very, very hard to get a read on teams from other regions. We discussed about teams preparing strategies and teams just playing their own style. So it'll be very interesting, I'm sure, for myself and all of you watching to see what happens in our next game. As I said, it's going to be PENTA going up against Dexterity as the two top teams in this bracket. The winner will go straight through to tomorrow, and the loser will drop down and will have to fight for their chance to be in that playoff stage, which we'll see them play tomorrow. Anyway, we're going to drop to a very quick break, but when we get back, that particular blockbuster match is going to be going on. Definitely not one to be missing.